guys, welcome back to LS Vintage Design Studio and Custom Art. I'm Lisa. Today I am here to talk to you about doing a vintage gift basket. Not all vintage, but just a little bit for that special gift this holiday season. Or birthdays, anniversaries, anytime. These gifts are perfect for any time. And the first one would be a vintage vase. And it doesn't have to be yellow. This happens to be the one I have in stock. There's all different types. I have some beautiful examples of other glass vases, which I will put up on either side of my head. So a vintage vase would be perfect for someone who loves to garden, loves flowers, maybe somebody that loves to decorate their home. Could have a vintage vase in with a modern vase, some candlesticks, or something of that sort. It would be a lovely gift. Another great gift are vintage coasters. Now these have sold, but these are vintage rattan butterfly coasters, and they are absolutely gorgeous. You can get other types of vintage coasters as well. These add that natural element, and of course they have the butterfly, but like I said, these are sold. These would look gorgeous though on a table. Definitely you could pair these maybe with a set of beautiful wine glasses or iced tea glasses, something like that. You could also pair these with candles or a vase. Up to you. Now if you have someone that loves dogs or toys, you could definitely find some vintage toys out there that are dogs. Or if they're just in love with dogs, you can always find vintage brooches, as well as a great cast iron vintage doorstop, which is a dog up in the corner. Now it is the holiday season, so maybe you always give a Christmas ornament. Why not this year pair that beautiful Christmas ornament you always give with a vintage item? That is Christmas. You could do a whole set of ornaments. You could do your modern day ornament that you give every year, but pair it with a set of great vintage Christmas lights. Just a thought, something fun and a little funky. It would add that certain pizzazz, especially if you have a Christmas lover in your gift list. And of course, a gift basket with vintage kitchen items is amazing. These are the vintage Tupperware measuring cups. This is the 8 cup that you can actually mix everything in and then pour into your cake pans, your cupcake pans, bread loaves, whatever. This is your wet dry mixing cup all in one. Great, cuts down on space. If you have somebody that lives in a tiny space, this is the gift for them, trust me. Then pair this with a modern day cookbook, maybe some more a modern day rolling pin, maybe a mat to roll things on, some flour, something like that. Or if you wanted to do more of the storage items instead of the actual baking items, you could use a Corningware blue cornflower round pie plate to bake it in and display it in, but then keep it in a Tupperware pie keeper. They're both up in the shop. That would also be a great basket for somebody that loves to bake. You could do a cookbook. Maybe somebody's been wanting to cook from Julia Childs, learning how to cook French cuisine. You could pick up a vintage cookbook, pick a recipe, get some of the items, maybe pair it with the mixing cup or something like that. Also a great gift. If you have somebody that has an outdoor space that they love to entertain in, then you definitely want to go with a vintage Tupperware, and the 70s are hot right now. And this is a great picture. You could pair this with some modern outdoor glasses, and it would be a really cool look. Now we're back to our decorator again, and vintage wood frames are awesome. You could pair these with modern baskets or vintage baskets for for a gallery wall. They are all the rage right now, especially if somebody's doing the maximum look in their homes. But if they're going wabi-sabi, japandi, these are natural elements, so they play nice too, as are baskets. For the decorator that likes to be different and not like everybody else, instead of giving them some wood beads, which I'm sure they have, everybody has them, you know, it's just a thing, okay? Why don't you search for some wooden spools, and they could create their own wood beads from wooden spools. It's a different look, it's unique as they are, and it does say, you know, they know how to decorate. Another great item for the person that loves to decorate their home is give them vintage napkins with some embroidery on them. These are gorgeous, and these would look really beautiful on a table setting, a modern table setting with vintage white crisp napkins is a look to die for. And of course, in your gift basket you could have the vintage napkins and pair that with a nice fancy place setting. Great vintage wooden boxes are all the rage, again, because they're a natural element, and for a decorator, they know how to use these. These also are for the crafter. If you want to give them something vintage, work in a wooden box, and they could always, you know, shabby chic it up. They could paint it, make it modern. They could do whatever they wanted to. They could decoupage it. So, great gift. And it kills two birds. Someone that loves to decorate or somebody that loves to craft. And our last vintage item we're going to talk about that is great for our decorator or again our crafter are these Kodak slides. These are great. I mean, the crafter can use them for multiple things. The designer, decorator can make placemats, can make curtains, can make lampshades. So these things have a lot of mileage in them, and not a lot of people use these. So definitely, you know, scope out eBay, estate sales, garage sales. All this can be found at estate sales, garage sales, thrift stores. You could look online. You can shop my Etsy shop. I have some items. And while we're talking about decorating your home with vintage items and creating baskets or just giving a vintage gift, we have these wall decor items that look beautiful and again would go with your wood frames or your baskets kind of on the opposite sides of the room to give. You've got your wood and your natural elements on one wall, then you would have your brass kind of shiny on the other. We also have vintage candlesticks and I have two vintage wood tables, which I'll put pictures of coming soon, and we have a vintage cast iron twin white bed that would look amazing in a child's room or in an office / guest space. So be sure and check that out as well. And if you're interested, reach out to me through my Etsy shop. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and got some great ideas for the upcoming holiday season or birthdays, anniversaries, or just a gift to give, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. Also be sure and hit that subscribe button and that little bell because I post often on here and give you sneak peeks before anybody else of what's coming in to my Etsy shop or my website. Thanks for being here. Everything's linked below. Take care. Bye-bye.